Hi everyone, so in this video I thought it would be really fun to do kind of like a what's in my pencil case kind of video, and I was thinking more about this idea. I've seen other artists do this where they kind of show the tools they like to use a lot, but I find from month to month I change the tools that I use, especially when I'm sketching. I'm always discovering like new techniques that I want to try based on like other artists that I follow, or just like things I've seen that I want to try and new tools that I want to purchase, and then I end up switching up what's in my pencil case and what I use a lot. So I was thinking I would kind of do this sort of video at the end of every month, just to kind of update you on what I've been drawing, what I've been using to draw, new things I've been doing related to art, just anything like that. At the end of every month, I'm going to kind of do like an update video showing what's in my pencil case, the current sketchbook I'm using, and everything like that. So to start off, I am going to show you what's in my pencil case. This is actually very, very new. I just got this recently, this pencil case. I've been using this one. I have other pencil cases, but I tend to use small ones, especially if I'm going to be moving it around a lot. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff in the pencil case. I like to keep the bare necessities in whatever pencil case I use, and this one stands up on its own, where this one didn't. It kind of stands on its side like this, but this one stands up on its own, which is something that I really like about pencil cases. This is a Me to We pencil case, so it gave clean water when it was purchased. My mom gave this to me. She got it from a friend. And it's blue on the inside, so it's bright and you can kind of see your tools. So I'm just going to pull randomly. First of all, I like to have a sharpener in case I'm using anything that needs to be sharpened. This is one that is like self-containing. The shavings stay inside the sharpener so it doesn't get everything all dirty, and then you can just empty them when you feel like it. Mine is kind of full, not really that full. And here is something, it's a Prismacolor Color Erase, but I've discovered within the last month that I really enjoy sketching in this indigo blue color, especially since I've been starting to shade my sketches more. This indigo blue is just a really nice shade for a sketchbook. It's not too bright, it's not too dark. You can get a good variation of darks to lights with this, so that's why I just like the way it looks. Flipping through my sketchbook, I find that's a nice color that I like to see. Just whatever inspires you to keep sketching, it's good to use those kinds of tools. This eraser I use all the time. For years I've been using this eraser. It's a Staedtler eraser. I'm not sure, I still don't know how to say this brand, but I don't know, everyone says it differently. Or maybe just I say it differently. But it's like the Mars plastic eraser. It's one of those click erasers or mechanical erasers. So it kind of clicks out like that. And you can adjust how much of the eraser comes out, and you can buy refills for it. And it's like a nice fine point that never ends. You can just keep on erasing with it. Instead of using the back of a pencil, it's like the same size as a back of a pencil, but you have like inches and inches of it to use. And this is one of my favorite erasers. I always use it. And mechanical pencils are a staple for me. I always sketch in mechanical pencils. I just find my sketches look neater with them, especially since I sketch pretty small. I've just been using these two recently. I'm pretty sure they're from the dollar store, but the lead I use inside of them, it's this lead. I got it from Staples. You can probably get it anywhere. It's HB. I find some of the, it's nothing fancy, like it's just normal lead. I think it's 0.7, and I find when you buy them from the dollar store, the lead that it comes with is too hard, so it doesn't write as dark as I want it to, and that lead is HB, so it's darker than the lead that it comes with, so that's why I use it. And if I ever want to do watercolor, I just keep this water brush. It's a Pentel Aquash. You just fill the back of it with water, and there's a brush on the end. It's kind of stained. I've been using it recently. This is new though. I had a different one for a long time, and I got one purely for water, so this is that one. And it's just good for watercolor on the go because you don't need a jar of water beside you, because the water reservoir is built into the brush itself, and I think that's pretty cool and really convenient. And recently I've been getting more into using just regular pencils to sketch because I've been using mechanical pencils for so long. Sometimes I find I just need to use this kind of pencil to get the right look. because you can color larger surfaces with these because the tip of them can kind of wear down. You can use the side of them to color, to shade, not color. And I just like to have a really dark one and a really light one. You cannot see that at all. A 6B and an H. Sometimes I'll have like a 4B and a 2H or something, just something on the soft side and something on the hard side, so you can get that light and dark difference in your sketches. And recently, like just a couple days ago, I put some Copic markers in my I almost said in my sketchbook, in my pencil case. I like to switch up the colors just because I find coloring my sketches just makes me feel like I'm getting more out of the sketchbook that I'm using. It just makes me feel like I've invested more time into it, and like my efforts aren't wasted, or I don't know. It's just, it feels better looking back at colored sketches sometimes. I just have a warm gray number 1 and E00, which is like a skin tone. Usually it's not these exact colors. It changes. Sometimes I don't even have a Copic marker in my pencil case. And these have become a staple for me too. Brush pens. I don't know if you've heard me talk about how I've like within the last couple months discovered how amazing brush pens are, but these are the Sakura Pigma ones, the fine point and the medium point. I don't really use the medium point though, but there's also a broad point, but that's not in my pencil case because honestly, I mostly just use the fine point one. So I really like to outline sketches in these. It just, say you sketch something in pencil, I'll color it in with watercolor or Copic markers, and then I like to go over it in a brush pen or multiliner to like define the details. I always like to keep ballpoint pens in my sketchbook. Over this last month, I've discovered I like sketching in ballpoint pens, so I have this black one, this is another black one, and a blue one. But I know that's pretty common to find in pencil cases of artists. It's just a really versatile sketching tool. This is a what is it called? Pilot Color Eno mechanical pencil. I've discovered that if you color with a skin tone, any like, especially light skin tones, I haven't experimented with dark skin tones, but you can use this as shading for like cheeks and lips and noses and anything that would have a little bit of a pinkish hue on it. This works really well for it, so that's in my pencil case now. And a white gel pen, which I always find myself needing when I'm sketching, but then I don't have one with me, so I decided to put one in my pencil case. And last but not least, another Pentel Aqua Wash, but I put some ink in this one. I think it's empty though. I need to refill this. It doesn't look empty because it's kind of stained and dirty, but this is the one I use for ink, and this is the one I use for water, so that's that. And this is my pencil case all emptied. I'm gonna put everything back now. This is kind of a little bit more stuff than I would usually have in my pencil case, but recently this is what I've had. I've been doing a lot of mixed media sketching, so that's what I use. And something else that has happened over the last month, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but I used to use these watercolors. They're Artist Loft for the longest time, and I was never really the biggest fan of watercolor. I just could never get it to look right. It just never really worked out for me. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world. Even though I used the proper paper and everything, just I guess these just weren't working for me that well. They're, the Artist Loft brand from Michaels. They still worked pretty well. Like, I've done full illustrations with these. Just you can't do a lot of layering with them because the more layers you do, the more chalky it looks. But recently, I've switched what watercolors I used, and I decided to look in the basement of my house because we have this box full of watercolors, and I had my eye on these Cotman watercolors by Winsor & Newton. They're kind of like a student brand, but like a high quality student brand from what I understand. So it's like pretty decent quality for any artist. And I got a palette, and I found a bunch of them in the basement, and I put them in here. Some of them were dried out, so I had to kind of soak them in water, and then I kind of revived them and got them into the pan, and now they're all dried. And I recently picked up this blue and this yellow because it was kind of missing a bright blue and yellow, so that was there. And all the other basic colors were there, like yellow ochre, burnt sienna, black, stuff like that. So yeah, these are the watercolors I'm using now, and they just make the whole process so much easier and just more enjoyable, and everything just looks better. Just like the texture of them, it's not on the paper, it's like in the paper. You can tell these are good quality. So I'm really happy I got these, and I'm having a lot of fun with them. Over the last month, I've been using them in my sketchbook, which is what I want to talk about next. This sketchbook was also gifted to me by my mom because it's the same place she got this pencil case, and it's like a Hilroy black regular sketchbook, but the paper is really interesting because it feels like printer paper, but it's thick. Well, it's not that thick. It's like maybe 2 or 3 sheets thick printer paper. That's kind of how it feels. But it can take Copic markers, it can take Sharpies, watercolor, and it doesn't bleed onto the other side of the paper. Like, it doesn't go through. I'm sure if you pressed hard enough it would, but for really lightly coloring sketches, it works really well. And I like the way it accepts graphite and just, I don't know, it's just been working really well for all the mediums I use to sketch. And I think, how much have I filled this? Let's see. This is kind of a messy sketchbook because I've just been like using it for scribbling and practicing and not really worrying about what things look like, which is something I'm not used to doing. Okay, so I've used about this much of it. There's that much left. My goal is to finish this by April. By the end of April, hopefully I'll have a sketchbook tour for you, but I don't know if that's going to happen. That's my goal though. I really hope I can make that happen because they just say, like, the more you draw, the more you improve. And if I can fill a sketchbook every month or every 2 months, then I think that's going to do a lot for my improvement, and just overall I just want to get more into the habit of drawing more often. And I think I've been doing a good job of that lately. I've been sketching a lot each night. Even when nights I don't feel like sketching, I'll still pick up something and scribble with it. So I highly recommend you do that because once you get in the rhythm of sketching, it's kind of hard to stop. That's what I found. Like, I find myself wanting to sketch now because it's really fun to think of new ideas and to improve, and it's just fun. So I hope I can finish this by the end of April. And another thing I wanted to tell you about, I've been posting a lot more on my Instagram. That's another goal of mine, is to post at least something every day. So this is my Instagram. I've been trying to keep up with it. And if you want to follow it, it's just under the same username, JelArts, JelArts, JelArts. The link is always in the description though. But yeah, I've been posting more on Instagram, and I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to do a video about that. So once I hit 10,000 subscribers, hopefully I'm going to have that video out. It's going to be some kind of giveaway, so stay tuned for that. And I'm going to be back with another video like this at the end of April, just showing you more things that are in my pencil case and other stuff that I've accomplished and other stuff I want to accomplish, and just basically what I've been up to in terms of my artwork. So I hope you found this video kind of interesting, just like a little update, and I plan to keep on doing these. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.